the 1999-2000 women's indoor track team. Yeah. They set records during their season, 14 to be exact. That's 14 school records out of a possible 22 events that records can be set in. 8 of them still stand as records today. Yeah. Bay State Conference, undefeated Herget Division, and overall champions with a record of 7-0. MIAA Classic C State Meet Champions, MSTCA Class C State Relay Champions, MIAA Team Academic Excellence Award, captains Julie Heidi, Liz Crashes, Sarah Moynihan, and Michelle Scansarolo. Coaching staff of Dennis Driscoll, Tom Brenneman, and Mike Donahue. The 2013 Natick High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, the 1999-2000 Bay State Conference Herget Division champion and record-setting women's indoor track team. We'd like all the members to please come on up. And could the coaches please come on up? Coaches who are here, please come on up too.
The 1999-2000 women's indoor track team set records during the season, 14 records to be exact. That's 14 school records out of a possible 22 events that records can be set in, with 9 of the records being in the 11 individual events and 5 of the records being in the 11 relay events. With a coaching staff of Dennis Driscoll, Tom Brenneman, and Mike Donahue, and led by their captains, Julie Heidi, Liz Crashes, Sarah Moynihan, and Michelle Scanzaroli, 26 team members scored points in dual meets throughout the season to help the team go undefeated at 7 wins and no losses. Not only did that record give them the Herget Division Championship, but the Bay State Conference Overall Championship as well. In the Bay State League Championship meet, the team scored 10 places, which was the most of any Natick track team to that point. In the Class C relay meet, 5 relay teams scored in the 9 relay events to give the girls' indoor track team the overall team title. In the Class C state indoor track meet, 15 team members qualified to be in the meet, and 10 of them combined to score in 7 events to give Natick the overall team title with 34 points. The team was also presented the MIAA Team Academic Excellence Award. Of the 14 school records set by the women's indoor track team, 8 of them still stand as school records today. The 2013 Natick High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, the 1999-2000 Bay State Conference Herget Division champion and record-setting women's indoor track team.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Scanzaroli, and I'm here tonight with Julie Heidi and Liz Crashes. The 4th captain, Sarah Moynihan, was unable to attend tonight, but sends her excitement and enthusiasm for this moment. We're also joined by the rest of our track team. Liz, Julie, and myself each have something that we would like to share tonight. 17 years ago, I made the decision to attend Natick High School. I was given that opportunity because my father had been a teacher in Natick for many years, and I'd like to start off by thanking him, as well as my mother, for allowing me to make that choice. It was one that truly transformed my life. Now, the decision I didn't get to make was whether or not I would run track. Instead, it was a decision made by Coach Driscoll, and for that, I would like to thank him. While I learned a great deal attending classes at Natick High School, some of the most important lessons, the ones that I hold with me to this day, were from the time I spent on the track with friends, teammates, and coaches as a Redman. The lesson I would like to share with you is from a quote which speaks to how we were able to accomplish what got all of us here tonight. The race goes not always to the swift, but to those who keep on running. Our freshman track season ended with a disappointing record of 1-6-1. Clearly, we were not too swift. Now, you couldn't really blame someone for wanting to walk away from a team like that, but we didn't. Instead, we kept on running. By the end of our sophomore year, our record had improved slightly to 4-4, but still, we were not too swift. That was okay, though, because we had a plan, and our plan was to keep on running. Now, by our junior year, the season ended with a record of 5-2, which for some would have been good enough. But as Coach Driscoll always told us, good enough never is. So we kept on running. And by our senior year, Sarah, Julie, Liz, and myself had earned the privilege of being captains to a team that not only went undefeated, but also won the state relays as well as the state championship meet. And I attribute that great success to the fact that as a team, we made a choice, and our choice was to keep on running.
Thanks, Michelle. I'm Julie. Thanks again to the Hall of Fame committee who decided to recognize this team. We're excited today to be inducted as a track team because many of people think that as an individual sport, you don't always measure team success by the length you go in the postseason or the number of wins that a team has. But we're excited because it's a whole group of individuals who had an effort together to make some team success. I wanted to highlight a couple of things that the team did and why we're here today. The state relay meet championship and the state class meet championship really had a lot to do with the relays that we put together, which was truly a team effort, so we're excited about that. With all those records and relays and state meet wins, couldn't have happened without the coaches. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight. The coaches that guided this group, they had a profound impact on my life, personally and professionally, and I think that a lot of the women standing here today could say the same thing, so that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit. I coach women's track for a living now. I work at Boston College, and that's really due to the experiences I had here at Natick and to the coaches, Dennis Driscoll and Tom Brenneman. I had the privilege of working with them as a coach after finishing in college. I was here in 2005 through 2008 as a coach of the boys and girls team, and in that time, I really had a true appreciation, not only as an athlete, but as a coach, what they do for all the athletes here. So I want to highlight that tonight. More than teach us to run and encourage us to work toward a team goal, they impacted our lives, each of us, in a very special way. I'll forever be grateful to our coaches, but especially these two, Dennis Driscoll and Tom Brenneman, for putting so much of themselves into something that meant so much to us. You can't imagine how much time and effort and energy and passion go into creating what this track team was able to do. An undefeated season and state meet championships is just a little bit of what they were able to put together, so thank you both.
A little shorter. Hi everyone, as Michelle mentioned, I'm Lizzie Crashus, now Calanto, one of the 4 captains. The 99-2000 indoor track is the most special team I've ever been a part of. I can absolutely say that running track and being part of this team changed my life. I went on to run for a few years in college, but it was never the same. My times never improved, but more the impact left on me from coaches and the bond I had with teammates could never be matched. As Julie mentioned, you really don't realize how special something is until it's over. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is such a huge honor for us, and when we first got the news, I immediately looked through my giant scrapbook and was instantly brought back to the glory days. What stood out to me was reading an email that Driscoll had sent to the alumni after we won states. I only had this email because my brother ran track a few years before us, and he had forwarded it to me. I had printed out this email and added it to the collection in my scrapbook, and what I realized was in the final days leading up to states, we had a few injuries and a few illnesses, and we had to switch up our relays. The sheer fact that we had that much depth on our team in order to do that made the success of winning so much sweeter. I feel beyond fortunate to be part of such a successful team, and that's exactly what we were, a team. Sure, we had our standouts, Julie, Heidi, but for the most part, we were the true definition of a team. There were so many people who could run anything from the sprints to the hurdles to distances. On a personal level, track played such a critical role in my life, and the lessons I learned still carry with me today. I use track references all the time in my day-to-day professional life. Most people I know where I'm from and that I'm a runner before they know much else about me. And although I took tons of great classes and was very involved here at Natick, it's those days spent running that I remember the most. The Redmond uniform, the black Adidas spikes, the bell lap, the baton, and the oval is how I would define my high school experience. I can't thank enough people for allowing our team to be honored for this amazing thing. First, I have to thank my brother, who without, I maybe would have sat on the bench playing basketball for all 4 years. My fellow captains, who I've stayed extremely close with, my coaches, Driscoll and Brenneman, who always believed in me and allowed me to run any event, and finally, my parents. When I look back on my years running track, what I remember most is looking into the stands and seeing my parents cheer me on. They never missed a meet, ever. Being a mom now myself, I only hope I can be there for my son in the same way that they were there for me. And I know if my dad were here today, he would be very proud. In closing, running brings people together. We made a very individual sport into something so much more. Together, we formed a team and bonds that can never be forgotten. And now, at a time where tragedy struck the running community, I only hope that future generations of Natick High School runners and alumni do what we've always done best: keep on running. So thank you so much, and congratulations to the 99-2000 indoor track team.